So, riding in New York City. I'm going to have a little go. This bike is not available. I'm going to hire one of these city bikes. Now, looks as though you can hire any of them. That's the Alecki one, which would have been a little bit easier, but I'm just going to go for one of the normal ones. So I'm going to get set up and then we'll get on our way. So I've got my camera up and running. I'm going to get my gloves out because it's absolutely Baltic. I've been over in New York a couple of days and the weather has been unusually mild, but today it's taken a massive turn. Not necessarily for the worst. It was raining a little bit yesterday, but it's gone really, really cold. I do need some gloves on, I think. We've got them there. Do I need my phone? Yes, I do, to get this bike up and running. So this is a city bike. I've already downloaded the app. I've already put my prepayment card onto it. And what I'm going to do is hopefully get scanned into this pretty soon. Let's have a little look how easy it is. So there's the app. I need to just find out where I am. Press scan as you like City Bike to access your camera. So yeah, here we go. Now it's already scanned it, and here we go already. It's straight in. Double click for payment. Not sure the costs on this, to be honest, but we will see. Let's just make sure it takes my payment. Done. Easy enough. Says always be safe. Ride with helmets. I'm going to put a helmet on. Pay as you ride. Small flat fee. You can unlock a bike for a 30-minute ride. That's probably all I'm going to do. But we're going to go and have a little ride. So I think I'm all okay with that. Right. Do I pull this out? Yeah, it's just unlocked. That's all good. So I'm going to put that down there like that. I'm going to put all my stuff away and then we will get riding. I've got no idea where I'm going to go either. Now I've just asked the concierge here at my hotel, and we are staying at the plaza. But I've just asked the concierge about riding in bus lanes, because when I've been walking around there hasn't been any signs to say that cycles are allowed in them. There are dedicated cycle areas in New York. There's quite a few, to be honest, so we can use them, but I've been assured that the cycle areas can be used. What have I done with my strap? It is there. So like I said, I've got no idea on where I'm going to go. No idea whatsoever. I'm just going to see whether my road skills and roadcraft are going to keep me safe in New York. I have got some Lycra on, so anyone who says I'm a anti-cyclist and going on about Lycra all the time, I do wear it occasionally. It definitely needs it over here because, like I said, it's absolutely Baltic. Right, it looks as though there's a throttle on this. Now, I'm not sure whether this is an e-bike or not. I'm just going to check my saddle height. Yeah, we look pretty good there. Okay, let's go. Let's see what it's like. Oh, I'm not sure where I'm going to go here. Not sure whether this is even a cycle area. Well, it says it can go straight on, so I think the safest option there would be to go straight on. Okay, all good. So, what lane should I be in? I'm going to be, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to ride around the block and just get used to it for the first bit. Yeah, it's holding back nicely, thank you. bikes are okay. There's a little bit of pedal assistance, I think, so that's going to make my job a little easier. It is a one-way, so I am going to signal. Now, I've done a little bit of driving over here already. This lady thinks she should wait for me, so I am going to try and do another left turn a little bit further up. Can I turn left down this road? No, so I'm going to go ahead. Now I know I should be back on the other side of the road, but it is one way, but I am turning left, so again I'm going to give a little signal. I'm going to get my hands back on for some of these grids. Some of these grids are vicious. Flashing amber, I've been told that you can proceed. No pedestrians crossing, so I'm okay. And here we are again. I'm going to go left again, so I'm just going to get used to this a little bit first. God, it's cold, by the way, so my nose starts running or goes bright red. You know why. So here's Central Park in front of us. Coming up to 5th Ave. I'm going to hook a left. I've been told that a lot of people on bikes just literally skip the lights. I ain't obviously going to do that. I'm just being aware of people who could wish to do that. It says here left lane must use left turn. So the people are allowed to walk. So what you've got to do in this scenario is just hold back, let them finish, and then get on with it. So I am going to turn right a little bit further up, so I'm going to try and get myself to the right hand side a little bit further. So down at that next intersection is where I'm going to go. So as you can see, I've just come around the block, and obviously New York is like that. We're just a whole load of different blocks. You can see the pedestrian area to my right is going to change, so we're going to be going shortly. So anticipation, honestly, it's no different whether you're in the UK or whether you're in the States. Now I'm going to try and get myself over. Gee whiz, when's the best time to do it? Sod that, I'm staying here for a while. Yeah, I'm all good. She has to wait for me. Now, if I don't get going across soon, I'm going to struggle. So I'm going to use an opportunity whenever I can in a minute. I'm just not risking that one. And I'm going to go straight on for a bit, because that was a one way. So I'm in the bus lane, and then apparently you can use these. I'm not sure legally though, because he said I've done a little bit of digging. So we've got Trump Tower behind us. I am going to do a right turn here, so show people where I'm going. Oh, it's cold. So that little lane change, the SUV was pretty kind to us there as well, helped me out. Although it's a one-way street, there's got to be still an amount of lane discipline to a certain extent, but it's as I found out with so here I've got to hold back until I finish, and away we go. Is that a cycle area? It is, so I'm going to go in it. Perfect. That's better. Okay. So yeah, going back, that SUV gave us a little bit of room to move across, which was nice. just finding out what's what. At the end of the day, don't make any rash decisions. These cycle areas are pretty good. There's a looks like a floating parking area here. Still being careful because we've got anyone who could run out from behind the cars. You can't go tear arsing down these roads or these lanes. But how much space have we got on this cycle area? Not loads, to be honest. It's just nice that you're sort of semi-protected by these parked vehicles. So I'm going to hook a left. Is this so what happens here? My cycle lane, he's just going anywhere. So I am going to hook a left. There's a cycle area across the other side, so that's one way that way. Now I'm going to go straight out, straight on. So we'll go up another block. There's a cycle area there, but I'm not sure whether you're meant to use them the opposite way. I doubt it very much. So honestly, the locals would probably know that and understand that, so I'm not going to take any risks. Just carry on as we are. God, I'm missing my Alecki assistance. This is a bit uphill. These bikes are quite heavy as well. That's why I'm suspecting all of the Alecki ones have already gone. So, stop here. Is that for me with the pedestrians? Not sure whether I should stop there or not. Anyway, let me know in the comments. So I am going to turn left. Just going to be aware of vehicles who want to come in as well. I'm not going to go up near the bus. So this cycle area, does it go down that side to the other side? No, there's one here to the left, so that's okay. And we've got the amber light now, so I ain't going. A little bit of a funny position now I'm in, so just going to be careful with that when I go. So I'm going to go left and down this cycle area. It's quite easy to find your way around when you've got an idea of the road numbers. You just go straight through, does he? Is that allowed? No idea. No idea whatsoever. It might very well be that you can just go even if the lights are on red. No idea. He's using the cycle area the opposite way around. Interesting. So there may be certain things I'm obviously doing wrong. Doesn't matter, just keep yourself safe. I'm sure I'm not breaking any laws or rules by just waiting here. Off we go. Little left arm signal, and then on we go again. Okay, so let's get going. Now, one thing I did want to talk about was, it's not been put into practice yet, but so there's a giveaway, there's a yield here, and then there's a stop junction here, I think. You know what? I think that's the case. I think cyclists can just go through. Have I just jumped a red light? No, he can wait for me. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what I've just done there. Seems safe. Don't know. But yeah, one thing I want to talk about is the situation that we got up ahead as well. On green. She's seen me. All good. Cycle area goes round to the left, but this is what I want to talk about. There's recently some discussion, and the first time I saw it was on
Casey Neistat's, one of Casey's videos, where apparently New York State, or the not the council, but the Department of Transport, if you like, are maybe suggesting that if you find people parking in cycle areas, a member of the public can report the said car. The said car driver gets a $175 fine, and the person reporting it gets $100 of that, $175. Now, personally, I think that might be a good rule. It effectively makes every member of the general public become a traffic warden again. On this same scenario, there's no stop line for me. Now, do I get to here? No one's coming straight on. Questions are all okay? Gee, I don't know. A little bit lost with that. Anyway. But yeah, what I was saying about parking in these cycle areas, would that work in the UK? Perhaps. Effectively turns all the members of the public into traffic wardens. So I'm going to do the same thing. Well, he's coming past me, he's looking everywhere. No, I'm just going to go with the flow. Yeah, would that work in the UK? Would it be? Going back to that in a second, obviously the guy that just walks out there, you've still got to be careful. So, wrong green here. Little check around uneven road surface because the road works. And we're coming down to Times Square. This is Times Square. Yeah, but would that work in the UK, where effectively people have an easy way of reporting things? I know it's not necessarily easy at the minute. Some police forces allow you easy reporting, some don't. Just going to keep an eye on that cyclist as well. Yeah, well, okay, can go around. But yeah, then there's the steps. So yeah, Times Square. Yeah, would it be something that would work in the UK? I'm just interested in your opinion on that. I don't think this bill has been passed yet. You can see Times Square behind me. What am I going to do here? A few people about this time, so I'm just going to wait it out. I'll look at the Mickeys and Minis walking across. So, cycling in New York is actually not too bad. The infrastructure's probably better than it is in Liverpool. I know there's a big push at the minute in New York for extra cycling infrastructure. The cycling infrastructure isn't particularly wide. The roads are reasonable, but like in many big cities, there's a massive push to try and get people out of car ownership, and I totally get it. The air quality doesn't seem actually too bad, it's just really cold. So, and I'm pretty unfit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and find my way back up to Fifth Ave now. So when can I do a left turn? I'll do a left turn here. Looks that way. So I'm going to put a left. There's a separate green light there as well, so I have to give way to people crossing here, but there's no one there, so I'm just going to pick my way through and then off we go. Okay, so yeah, it's not too difficult. It's actually not too busy. It's a Saturday morning, don't even know the time, to be honest. Body clock still hasn't properly adjusted from flying over. We've only been here a couple of days, but I've got a little bit more to do. By the time this video goes out, you've probably had a chance to see me driving in the city as well. And to be honest, I'm glad I did that before I came out on a cycle, because there were certain things that maybe I wouldn't have known. So always do your research before you go out in a city you don't know. So I'm just going to go ahead. That was a close pass. Don't think there's a set distance for that as well. in the US. Yeah, that guy's got to wait for me. Can't stop on that amber. And off we go. That's clear. Yeah, let's get out of there. Probably wasn't quick enough clearing there. But so, is this guy parked? This is what I'm talking about, that you see people stopped or parked in them. That's where you'd be able to get the reporting done. Double parking is allowed, but not in cycle areas. I'm not even going to risk filtering here either. Sod that. There's another parked vehicle a bit further up. No point. Just hold my position. There's a chance for me to get back to the left in a mo. What's going on to my right though? Yeah, I think they just got stuck behind that one. I'm just going to create a little more space. I'm totally safe where I am. I'm comfortable with that, so I'd be fine if people came past me at this point. So I'm going to hook a left again if I can, a bit further up. I don't think you can turn on this road. This is, sure, it's 5th Ave. This is one way from the left to the right, so I'm going to continue ahead and I have to double back on myself. Totally fine. So again here, I'm just going to wait, but I am going to wait here just to leave people if they want to come past on the bike, if they want to go through, like I've done a couple of times as well. Leaving that opportunity, so these people shouldn't have crossed, but let them finish, make it a non-event. It doesn't matter where you drive or ride. Oh good, this fella's holding back behind me. Must be trying to park in somewhere. Been surprised at the amount of parking spaces, honestly, that there are available. MetLife building out in front of us. Is this guy going to turn left? Always watching that possibility of being left hooked, but we're okay. Switched on, you can deal with it. So I've got a one-way scenario again. So I'm going to head up a little bit further. Should I go in that bus lane? Well, I am shortly going to be turning left. Don't know how many blocks it is. He's 45th, so I've got to go up to 59th, so I've got a fair track. So what I might actually find myself doing, I'm going to do this now, is just get across into this bus lane. I'm going to get across to the further side and then ride in the bus lane. I don't know whether I'm allowed to do it or not, but I'm going to make sure I'm aware of the buses. So we're East 47th now. Got a fair few blocks, so just keep on rolling. There's a bus coming, so it's nice that there are two bus lanes. Buses can use the outside to my left. Again, it's not obvious whether or not I can use them, but it is what it is. Please let me know if you know anything different. But I'm still trying to be safe. Nice, got a bell. Like that. That was a bit of a bump. Still on green. Make sure we're all good. He's riding this way. He's got one of your lecky ones. Wish I'd had one. That cyclist is on that furthest left hand side. Is a scooter going to see me? I'm stopping here. Have a rest. So have you ever biked in a different city? Have you ever gone out your comfort zone? It's actually not as difficult as I thought, to be honest. I'm glad I've experienced it. It's just a little bit out of breath because of the cold weather. You'll know if you're a cyclist that when it is really cold, cold air goes in your lungs. It's a little bit harder to breathe on occasions. sure how far I've gone. I did say when I was doing the driving that the systems that they've got over here, once you know the basics, and it's watching these pedestrian areas, it's one of the biggest things. But once you know the basics, the actual layout of the roads is quite simple and straightforward. It's not a problem. So you've got something parked a bit further up. Got no buses coming. Just going to stay put a little second, but he's turning, so I'm going to swap positions with him. Totally fine, no issues. And then I'm going back to this right hand side. Okay. So the infrastructure is okay. It's not anything like Amsterdam or even most part of the Netherlands, where you've obviously got amazing infrastructure all the way through. But it is quite suited to cycling. If I had my Lecky bike over here, I'd absolutely never have a car. I suppose with a little bit more cycling on my part, I'll be a little fitter, but if you have the Lecky bikes as well, just watching that guy, making sure he'd see me. But yeah, if you have your Lecky bikes as well, you then don't have to arrive into work or to your destination all hot and sweaty. And even though it's really cold today, it's got to be verging on not much above zero, I would have thought. But even there, I can tell that I'm a little bit sweaty underneath my cycle clothing, so getting into work like that, it's not ideal unless you've obviously got a shower there. But we do need to get away from these cars. We'll try and do what we can to put the cars away. So we've got the pedestrian areas gone down to zero. It's dead easy to then anticipate our lights up ahead are going to change. We've got no one near me, so it's quite straightforward. Now, what are we here? 55th. I'm actually going to get my way across now. Thank you, buddy. Honestly, the drivers have been really good. They've been excellent. That was a hole. Wow. Didn't even see that one coming as well. So, 57th. I'm going to go up another couple of blocks. That hurt my wrist as well. So, UPS van double parked. I'm good and I'm out already. So that's where my suspension on them, my bikes, would have helped me out a little bit there. Can imagine what those potholes are like on a road bike as well. Jesus, it's been years since I've been on a road bike. Perhaps it's about time I took one of them out. Anyway, I'm going to hook a left back down to where we started before. Oh no, I can't. I've got to go ahead. It's a one way. So go down to the next block and I'll come back. But that hurt my wrist. What are potholes like on road bikes? I'm suspecting you'd do damage to your bike if you went through something of that nature. And obviously you got the massive danger then, if you don't ride it the way I was lucky enough to. In other words, you're not spat off side to side. If you don't do that, if you're spat off side to side, you're then under a bus or a lorry. So for cycling infrastructure to work, our roads are going to be a lot better. They're not too bad here in New York, but back home, not good. Not good at all. Okay, on green again. Where do I want to be with this Dodge? Just let them go. Make it a non-event. So I'm going to go left, then we're nearly back. What are the higher bikes like where you are as well? Are they any good? Were they as easy to get off and going as this was? That process was quite simple. I might go ahead here, then up into the park and then round. It's just a bit easier for me to get back to where I want to go. So here we are, back at Central Park. That's my cycle over with. I hope that's been interesting as well. Wasn't too bad. It's quite nice to get out and get some exercise done, although New York's full of walking. What do I do here? I ain't going. No chance. No chance. So let's see what the process is like to put the bike back, but that's me done. Thanks for tuning in. Hope that's been interesting. I'm going to try and do this to a few of the major cities, not necessarily as far as New York. It's probably the furthest I'm going to go, but definitely a few of the ones in Europe I'm going to have a little play with over the next little bit. What city would you like me to go to? Gives me a little holiday as well. Keep safe. See you soon. We're done.